mode.
How's it going tonight, everybody? Good to see you all here. I am so excited to have everybody on this call tonight. This is truly, this is groundbreaking stuff here. This is going to allow everybody to compete on a whole new level. Good to see everybody. Where's everybody calling in from tonight? Hang on, I got to maximize my question screen so I can see what the F is going on here. Atlanta, Austin, Tampa, all the warm places. Well, there's some Seattle, Washington State. Right on. Pasadena, Texas, Greensboro. I think, see, here's what's going on. Everybody in the cold states is shut down for the night already, right? We're in hibernation mode. Just want you to know where you're surprised. Right on. Arizona, Florida, frozen in Wyoming. Frozen in Wyoming, what does that mean? And a Michigan bear there. Ed's in Michigan, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. So, yeah, you know what's going on. You're feeling the pain. You guys, you're not getting a lot of snow up there yet either, are you, Dave? It's been unseasonably dry, has it not? Yeah, that's representing the cold states. There it is. Great in El Paso, Texas. Yeah, I bet it is. Yeah, it's been unseasonably dry here, too. We had no snow in Atlanta, says J.A. Haha, funny man. Yeah, we haven't had any snow here this year either. It's been really a strange winter for Minnesota, but we had a really, really wet spring and into summer. Like, I'm a big boater. You guys have heard me talk about it, you know, and I couldn't get anywhere near the Mississippi River until August this year. And usually, you know, you can get down there, you know, for pleasure boating in this state in very early June, if not late May. So there was a lot of rainwater. Sunny Queensland, Australia. Well, thank you for taking the time. I know there's some time change differences going on. I think it's Queensland, Australia. It's about noon there, is it not? If I'm not mistaken. Nice in Tennessee, but I'm a Wisconsin native. Missing the snow this year. Yeah, see, that's kind of my deal, too. I'm missing the snow, too. I just hate the frigid cold. And, like, at least with the snow, you know, there's pretty things to look at, and you can be out on the, you know, the snowmobile trails and the four-wheel drive trails and all that stuff. And without the snow, it just sucks. It just sucks. So, yeah, there's still a lot of people showing up here at a pretty rapid rate. So we'll give everybody time to get here. This is going to be so cool. This is going to be so cool. And I'm going to do something on this call that I have never done before and may never do again, depending on how it plays out. You know me, I'm always experimenting, and I've got a pretty kick-ass offer for you tonight, guys. Outside of this being the world debut of this system, and you guys getting first crack at it, I am going to do something that nobody, I don't think, in internet marketing has ever done before, and it's going to be just uber valuable to all of you, I promise you. What? Well, we're not telling you yet. If I tell you now, it will wreck the surprise. All right? So just calm down. I promise we're going to get to it. I promise we're going to get to it. Yeah, lots of people showing up. You know, I promoted this call hard tonight, and you guys know that, like, when I really believe in something, I do that. Because I feel, you know, I put myself in the position of being a teacher. I'm trying, right? And it's important to me to really, if it takes kicking you in the ass to get you to take some action on certain things, then I wouldn't feel like I was doing my job if I didn't do that. And this is one of those things. I feel it's must-have. I really do. For a substantial amount of you, it's must-have knowledge and must-have information, and therefore, you know, I'm going to mail you a few times to make sure you get here. There's certain things I believe in. You know, I mailed multiple times, offered to loan you guys some money for the Chase formula because I really wanted you to have it, and it's changing people's lives. And if I can facilitate that, whether or not it's welcome, well, then too bad. I'm going to do it. That's where I'm at. and that's what I want to do, and that's how I'm going to play it, and so far it's working all right. What's the chase formula? Yeah, chase formula is awesome. Mike Cooch had a WSO not too long ago. I think it was about 2 weeks ago probably, called the chase formula, about how to prospect for offline clients, and it was absolutely phenomenal, and is absolutely phenomenal. It's delivered more value than any, not any, but delivered more unique value than any offline product I've ever seen in my life, and I don't think you can still get it. I think it was limited time and sold out. But I mailed it a lot because I believe in it, and it's awesome. It's just an awesome product. It's the way that he presents it. You're absolutely right, Byron. Thank you. Once again, sir, you have crystallized my thoughts. I appreciate it. We're going to get going here pretty quick. Give me just a couple more minutes. There's still people showing up fast and furious, as I say. Lance says, go ahead and do your thing, Davis. Only you can. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. I hope it was intended to be a compliment. That's how I'm taking it. My head is swelling as we speak. Oh, I joke. I kid, as Triumph the Insult Comic Dog would say. I kid. So, this is going to be exciting stuff. I hope you've all got a pen and paper and are ready to take some notes. I want you to be able to get all of your questions in, but this is something that you have never, ever seen before, okay? I had a conversation earlier today with another buddy of mine who's in IM, and you know what it always comes down to, if you look at any of these WSOs of the day or any of these products that really make it or change people's lives, it's always about having the proof. It's always when somebody has actually gone out and done it and used it and perfected it, and then they're willing to tell you about it. That's when it's really good stuff, and that's what this is tonight. So we're about 2 minutes after here. Well, there's going to be some stragglers. I guess that's all there is to it. So you've heard me introduce these two guys before. Their brilliance never amazes me. I'm so happy to have been chosen to be part of their team and allowing me to break these kinds of things out to you guys and help get them into the right crowd. I'm truly honored that I've been picked to do that. And with that said, I would like to introduce you to Mr. Christopher Griffin and Ed Hopkins. Are you guys there?
We are here. Hey, Dave. Hey, guys.
I am here.
Awesome. How's it going? How's it going, fellas?
Doing wonderful, man.
Awesome.
Thanks for that incredible warm welcome.
Nah, you guys...
all tingling all over.
There you go. Well, yeah, I don't want to get mushy or nothing, but you guys do such a great job. I mean, you just do such a great job with everything that you do, you know, and it's a pleasure to be involved with it. So
well, we appreciate that. We work hard. I just recently got off the floor from you telling me about the bonus that you were going to get tonight. So,
yeah.
I'm still trying to recover from that, and that warm welcome really added to it.
Yeah, well, that's going to be an interesting thing. You guys are going to dig this. I'm telling you, you're going to dig this. We'll talk about it a little later. I guess let me get this off by just real quick, you know, let's talk about what separates the men from the boys. And I know there's some gals on the call tonight, and I'm not trying to alienate you, but that's how the saying goes, so I'm going to use it. Let's talk about what separates the men from the boys. Right before the call here, I went out and I did a quick Google search for SMS marketing, okay? And these are like the top 10 places I came up with. And I just want to scroll through here and point out something, right? Let's look at these different text marketing platforms, okay? Now you guys know I have really built you wouldn't know who I was if it wasn't for SMS marketing, okay? That's the reason you know who I am. And because I've built a very successful, very lucrative offline business with SMS. Now, I have the God-given gift of gab, as they say. I have the ability to talk my way into a situation I close very thoroughly. Because of it, it's allowed me to succeed, maybe in a market that I was underprepared for. Because if we look at all of these websites, the one thing they all have in common, right? Well, there's a couple things. Number one, it's a very professional appearance, right? If you land on this from first page of Google, from the first slot of Google, you immediately understand that you're dealing with somebody that's good at what they do. There's a lot of professionalism in this page. There's another thing that they all have going. See this right here? Try it for free. Free trial. Free trial. I mean, they all have it going. Free trial account. Here's another one. Sign up for a free trial. Try it for free. No credit check. All of that stuff. I mean, free trial. Try it for free. Trial it for free. It's the same thing, right? They have this completely automated system in place to capture the leads and sign people up and get them hooked on the system. And that's something that you've never, ever been able to do before. No matter what system you're using, I don't care if you've got the SMS Monster, OpenVBX, the Chad Wyatt plugin, no matter what SMS system you have, and if you don't have one, we've got a solution for that too. But what you've never had is the ability to sign someone up for a free trial and capture the lead and put the proper follow-up sequence into place. You know, I mean, all of these pro websites have it, right? Free webinar, you know, and that's something we'll talk about a little bit later too. So what Chris and Ed have done, and they've been working on it a long time. I consulted with them a little bit on some of the features and functionality, but don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to take credit because it's their baby and they've got a lot of time and effort into it, is they've built this system for you. It's done, it's turnkey, and it's going to add all of the credibility and all of the professionalism you need to go play around in the big leagues, to go chase the big clients. You guys have all heard me say in the past that the level your business is at should match the level of client that you're chasing. And that's so true, right? I can't even remember who I was talking to earlier today, but let's say I want to go sell SMS to auto dealers, okay? I can either go chase Bob's Auto Ranch if I'm a new guy that's just getting started, or I can go chase a 7-dealer chain who's used to dealing with advertising firms. Which one do I have a better chance of landing? Probably Bob's Auto Ranch. How come? Well, because I don't have one of these fancy pages. I don't have this automated free trial system. I can't just give him a business card that says, hey, take a free trial at your convenience, go to this website. Okay? I don't have that legitimacy built into my offline company. And when I say I mean me. I've worked my ass off to build my SMS system through a system of video sales letters and prospecting on the phone and doing all the things I had to do to build my system because I didn't have the skills, I didn't have the capabilities to add this kind of professionalism to my SMS services. And that's what these two guys are bringing to the table tonight. You guys are the first people ever to see this system, and I'm so happy to show it to you. So I'm going to climb down off of my soapbox now, and I'm going to pass the screen over to Ed, and we're going to get straight into it so he can show you this amazing system that these guys have put together. Ed, are you ready for this screen?
I am ready.
Awesome. Awesome. It should be coming up here. There we go.
Outstanding. Okay, let me get a show of hands. Who has the SMS Monster, the SMS Lord, or maybe even Chad Wyatt's plugin? And Dave, maybe if you can convey back the results of that. Because if you have those systems, what you have is a 6.4 Impala with a souped-up engine and 20-inch chrome rims, but it's a rust bucket. What we're doing here is
you did that for me, didn't you?
Do you have a 6.4 Impala?
I may have had a couple. That's a whole nother conversation.
Well, what we're doing with this is we're giving you a paint job and much, much more. We're totally pimping out your 6.4 Impala. With you already have the SMS Monster, the Lord, or the plugin.
Yeah, there's a lot of me's, I do's, all threes, and got it in here. So everybody's got one of those tools already.
Well, even if you don't have it, we do have a scaled-back version of the SMS Monster that we're using that you can use for free if you become a member. All right, let me get right into it. This is the front-end website that you receive from us. Now, it's a very basic website. You'll see a lot of sites out there. They'll have save 75% off your SMS prospecting. I've seen so much of that. That's totally the wrong way to go with this. Prospecting. I've seen so much of that. That's totally the wrong way to go with it. I'm getting a bad echo here. If we can mute Chris, I think.
Yeah. This appears to be linked to Chris's mic. So there, I'm muting Chris and myself until further notice.
So this is the front end, and this is installed with an auto installer. You just download it from our website. You transfer the files over, go to the install page, and this entire system will upload. And then you can go back in later and you can customize and brand it to your company. Everything is in your face as far as contact information and getting started. All the content on all these pages are all customizable in the admin, and we just get you started with a little bit of content, but it pretty much does the job in the tests that we have done. You have a contact us page. You could add contact us information, additional information above this area here. You can add additional links and resources to your website from the admin. You have a mailing list. And you also have a company news section here that you can change. And then you have your standard footer, which has all the other stuff that is up here. Now let me jump back over to the home page. Now, once everybody's read over your site, we're going to get into this later, which is the auto webinar system. But when they're finished reading all the great information you're going to have on your site, they're going to click on Get Started. Now, all this content is customizable by you. We just get you started. But here's the information that they need to fill out to start their free trial. It's pretty basic. You have your principal contact information, business information, desired password, and if they're familiar with SMS and how it works, they can go ahead and set up their campaigns if they're ready to go. If they're not familiar or they're not maybe that very good at marketing with SMS, they can check these marks, and what that does is when they sign up, it cues you to contact them, which is a good opportunity to upsell beyond a free trial. Anytime you can get that lead on the phone and going as fast as they possibly can, there's a better chance you actually making a sale instead of using the free trial. But the entire premise behind this is the free trial. They can even select a keyword that they want to use for their business, and they can even see if it's available, because you're going to have a default phone number in your system that's going to be used for all free trials. And they can enter comments, and then they start their free trial. Dave, do you think I should just go ahead and run through this so that people see what it looks like when they get an email back?
Yeah, that would be good. And while you're plugging some information in there, I want to talk about something. This choose a keyword box comes into play a little bit later here, okay? And we're going to go through that when we get into some of the business model with this thing, and Ed's going to talk about it a little bit later. But these two guys, you know, I'm a successful SMS marketer, okay? I make about 11 grand a month on clients that started by selling SMS service. I'm sure there's been some value added and some upsells there, but I consider myself pretty damn good at it, all right? And these two guys pointed out something to me when we were doing the walkthrough on this thing just a couple of days ago that had never occurred to me. An opportunity to monetize steps in the process that I had never thought of because I didn't have this type of capability and this type of system. So we'll get back to that, but that comes into play here. So remember the keyword search box here, guys.
Okay, so as soon as they submit that, their free trial is instantly set up. And here's all the details. They're always sent back inside the back office, which I'll show you in a second, to a page called Maximizing Your Success. And this is the key element to any free trial. and we'll explain further in depth here shortly. But let me jump over to my email client. I'm going to pause the screen for just 1 second, guys.
Yeah, and I'm going to take a couple of quick questions that are in here. Is this short code or long code? It could be either. If you have a short code set up with your existing SMS Monster installation, this would work with that. But predominantly, you're going to find that this is a long code system. It is not a WordPress plugin. It is a standalone website. Yes, this is being recorded if the recording cooperates. Yeah, it's, let's see. You're good to go. We'll come back to questions later. Keep going, Ed.
Okay, so this is the email that goes back to the business that just signed up, and as well to the website owner, which would be yourself. All this content here is customizable by you from the admin, and then there's all the standard gibberish that goes along with signing up for an account. Here's all the pertinent details that they want to do with their SMS campaign. So they want personal assistance with their subscriber defaults, and they would like personal assistance with their SMS campaign settings. And then his special note is help me. So what he's going to do, he's going to verify his account, and then he's going to log in. This takes us into the actual demo for the business, which we will go, oh, that's it. Instead of logging in his account, I actually logged into an account that's already been set up with a payment plan. I'm going to go over this top bar here. There's this main dashboard, which is this here. This shows the business's name, their activity dashboard, their business's keyword, which is the default, in this case it's carpet, their assigned business number, which is the site default for all free trials, and tells them how many SMS subscribers they have, and also a link to that maximize success page, which we're going to tell you about here in a second. I'm going to go ahead and click this 2 on SMS subscribers. Now, they can purchase other keywords inside the system when you set up the payment buttons.
Hey, Ed.
You also have the option to, go ahead.
Is your screen still paused?
I don't think, no, it's not.
We're still seeing your Outlook.
Here, let's transfer back over. Can you transfer you back to me, and I'll run through it again?
Yep, absolutely. I'm sorry about that. That's okay. So that's back to me, and now let me send it back to you.
Yeah, I'm not sure why I did that.
Yeah, me neither. There we go. We're good now.
All right, let's run through this again. Client login. Okay, this is the dashboard of the business's back office here. We have a My Business profile where they can edit the profile. There's a section where they can download pre-made, customized for their business with their keyword and their phone number creatives. It could be pinups and tabletops. And there's this Maximize Success page, and then they can contact you from within the back office as well. We'll go over the dashboard. There's the SMS keyword, which they selected when they signed up. And there's a button. There's buttons everywhere for them to upgrade to something. So you can just get more money from them. But you don't have to charge for additional keywords. You don't have to charge for additional phone numbers. You're at liberty where you can just give them away, too, because it doesn't cost you that much. Was it $1 a month at Twilio? And keywords are free because you can create unlimited keywords under the long code. Your SMS subscribers, it keeps a total count within all their campaigns for each keyword, all their subscribers. I'm going to go ahead and click on that. And we'll see here, under this particular view, because it's a free trial, the data is not available. And why do we do this, Dave?
I'm sorry, I was mid typing there. What did you say?
Mountain Dew?
No, I was actually answering some questions.
Oh, okay. We're not showing the actual data of the customer's phone number and
got it.
Because
I am all caught up. Because we don't want to give them the list until they've paid us, folks.
Everybody get that? That is very, very important because when they become a member of your site, there's a good possibility that if you gave them access to that list, if they do a little bit of research, they can probably find Twilio if they looked really, really good and figure out that they can probably do this by themselves. But you don't want to give any indication that you're using a second party or third party to utilize this service. You want to make this look like and appear like you are the source of the SMS campaigns. And you're the one doing the actual sends. And this is what this back office does for you and your website. So that is why we don't put the phone numbers in. But once they upgrade to view the list in a paid plan, it'll populate the entire list down below. So let me jump back over to the dashboard. Shows in their current plan, which is a bronze 30-day free trial. Now in this system, you can only set up one type of free trial.
Your screen's frozen again. Your screen's frozen again.
Can you see me highlighting this?
No. Nope. Let me let's switch it one more time here. I don't know why this is happening.
What's the last thing you've seen?
You're still right after you're on the My SMS Data Not Available screen still, with the arrow and the little circle like the computer's thinking about it. But now it won't let me switch back over to me being the presenter either.
Uh-oh. Here, let's switch to Christopher real quick, and then Chris hand it back over to me.
Let's try it. Nope, it's not switching at all now.
He's on the right screen. I think maybe your screen's freezing up, Dave, because I can see Chris moving right now.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Well, maybe it's just on my end then. I'll just
pull. How many can see Chris moving?
Yeah, everybody but me can see it. There, now I can see it. I'm sorry. It's just me.
Okay, that's fine. Chris, let's hand it back over to me if you can.
I got it. I'll try not to screw anything else up, you guys.
Are you using an old Gateway computer?
No, I'm not. I just bought a new one, for damn sake.
Okay, so jump back over to the dashboard here. All right. I thought I was freezing up for a second there. All right, so now we're showing our current plan. It's a bronze 30-day free trial. You're allowed one free trial in the system, and it's up to you how you want to set that up, whether it be 2 free sends every month, 4 free sends, 1 every week. It's up to you how you set it up, because you're going to be, all you're doing is pairing up the settings here with your Monster or your Chad Wyatt's plugin or the SMS Lord. And we're going to show you how pairing works, because this system does communicate with those other pieces of software, utilizing some code that we give you and show you how to place into your system. Next, it gives you the free trial plan details, 2 free sends in the first 30 days, then $79 per month afterwards. And you can set that up with your PayPal button. And we have instructions on how to set that up. We're not going to go into setting up how to set up a PayPal button. I think most of you already know how to do that. So let's jump over to the Quick Start guy here. And this is the same name for Maximize Success. Now, as stated before, when you're running the free trial, it's very, very, very important. I think Dave has a story about this too, that you have the employees of the business be actively involved in promoting your text pinup or tabletop to get more people filling up the coffers full of subscribers.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'll tell you guys the story here real quick. I have a power sports dealer that I'm doing some SMS for, and they were new, signed up on the recommendation from another power sports dealer, and for whatever reason they were willing to put up a gift card and we put signs up all over their store, and they just weren't signing anybody up. I mean, they just weren't signing anybody up. And I would ask them on the phone, well, are you promoting it? Oh, yeah. Well, you got to keep in mind that you're the expert here. A lot of people don't know what that means exactly, right? So I called them. I said, well, listen, I'm coming up there. And I want to see what the hell's going on. Because every time I drive past, there's cars in the parking lot, but nobody's signing up for this thing. So I stood there, right? And the first thing you see is the showroom floor, and this isn't a huge motorcycle dealer. It's mid-size, I guess. So there's a showroom floor, and then right behind the showroom is the parts counter, and that's where all of the customers congregate, regardless of why they're there. And I stood there, and I watched, and they got 4 or 5 people working the counter, and not a one of them was mentioning their new SMS VIP service. Not a one of them, right? So I pulled them all aside. I said, I'm going to just stand here behind the counter, okay, and try some things. Well, the long and the short of it, the Reader's Digest version is in the 2 hours I stood there and just mentioned the SMS to the customers that came in and why they should sign up, we signed up more in that 2-hour period than we had in like the previous 3.5 weeks. You have to get the business actively involved in their own success. That's your job to explain to them why they need to be involved in their success. Nobody's going to do it for them. They're the business owner. So you have to get them helping you, and then things will change dramatically for both of you. I promise.
Yeah, and then on this page here, I'm not going to page down because it gives away a lot of the great ideas that we bring forth into this free trial type of marketing. So this is about as far as I'm going to go down on the screen. You guys go to see the rest once you pick it up. But there's some ideas in here that can probably definitely have all your clients have a successful campaign on the first free trial. Now, I want you to keep in mind, too, let's say you signed up 10 restaurants into the free trial, and let's say 5 of them don't follow the Maximize Success page or any other content that you might place on this page, because you can edit this page. And let's say they each get 50 or so subscribers, but they don't have access. Remember, they don't have access to the actual list of subscribers. Now you're at liberties where you can take that list to other restaurants and sell promotions from that list to them. So you're never out of anything. You're never out of the money that you spent for the SMSs at 1 cent a piece. 300 SMSs cost you $3. If you think $3 is going to kill you, well, it's not going to kill you, because now you're going to take that list and you're going to convert that over to a $97 mass send, or maybe a $200 mass send, or a $350 emergency send on a weekend for a bar. It's up to you.
Yeah.
So now I'm going to jump forward.
The things down at the bottom of this page, guys, I've seen them, really should be considered proprietary intellectual property. There are things that you could do with a system like this that you just can't do anywhere else, and they're really brilliant ideas. There's just nothing else you can say about it without giving it away, but it's good stuff.
Hey, Dave, can you unmute Chris and let him control his own mute? Because I think he might want to try to chime in here, too.
Yeah,
Okay, thanks.
I thought you could unmute yourself, Chris. I'm sorry.
No, I've been sitting here screaming to myself. No worries. No, because I wanted to make a couple points about what we're talking about here, about the value of these lists. Even when you're setting up these free trials, some of you think, oh, I got to give all these things away for free. Well, what if they don't turn into paying customers? Well, keep in mind, the work you're doing here is never in vain. You're never wasting time, because you're always building up valuable assets that you can utilize somewhere else down the road. You can push right into another business. So I just wanted to make that point. And also, I don't know if you're going to show Ed how they can create multiple payment buttons.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm getting a little bit ahead.
You all done, Chris? I'm going to move on here.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me jump back over to the dashboard. So you kind of see what the plans page looks like, which is where you can kind of showcase all your expertise and what you do and charge for it and have them pay automatically for it. But there is an area in the admin let's say this person is in a free trial and he had his first 2 free sends were a success. And he calls you towards the end of the free trial and says, hey man, I need to have an emergency campaign go out because we're having a special band coming to the bar, da, 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 da. Well, what you could do is you can set up a button and push it into his system, which is this right here. You can actually, if you wanted to, you can copy this and place this in email, so if he was maybe out of town or maybe you couldn't get the email till later, you can put it in email if you couldn't get to the website. But this will automatically push buttons inside their system, and you can activate and deactivate that at any time. Let's go to the View Our Plans page. Now, this tells you, or this tells the business where they're currently at. They're in a 30-day free trial, and then the description, and this description can be customized by you, and then you can set the parameters for that particular campaign, because you don't want to run into, I mean, you might want to run into a restaurant or a bar where that list grows to like maybe 2,000, 3,000 in 1 month, but you kind of want to cover your ass because you don't want to be out like 100, 200 bucks if they're building this huge list, and then they don't renew. But still, you can still sell that list to other people. But this is just there to cover your ass, and we thought of that. It tells them when their trial began and when it's about to expire on day 28, 29, and 30. What it'll do is it'll send an automated email to the business invoking them to log in and going to this page and upgrading. And those monthly plans are going to be in this section here. Also, you can add buttons for SMS add-ons. This could be SMS keywords, a dedicated phone number, and whatever else you can think of, a midterm campaign like I just described to you. That's what we like to call them. We call them midterm campaigns. And then you can also showcase your other marketing services. If you're doing proximity marketing or GPS marketing, you can put your description there. That'll pretty much be the closing words that you'll use, and they'll select Buy Now. And then what happens is when you create this button, it allows you to customize the email that goes back. After they pay with PayPal, there's a customized page that you can send them to, and you get an email with instructions for yourself on what you should do, because sometimes you can get kind of overwhelmed, so you're going to need that reminder. So every time that you create a button, you can create your own little reminder with instructions on what you need to do after a person's paid you. Okay, any questions so far, guys? So I'm going to jump into the admin here.
Keep going. I'm doing my best to take care of the ones that I can, and we'll come back to the other ones during Q&A.
Are you still frozen on the dashboard?
No, I can see everything.
Okay, good. All right, now once we log into the admin, this is our system dashboard. There's a bunch of buttons up here, and we'll go over each one of them. There's also a mass email script. We're not going to get into this, but for those people that sign up for your email subscription list from your website, you can send them mass emails. You can also send your business customers inside their member center, send them a mass email right from within the system right here. And this is where you create buttons. We're going to get into this here in a second. Shows us here our total subscribers in the entire system, how many members we have, and the total intake. And then the link over to your SMS campaign manager, which can be customized by you. This will take you to your location of your SMS Monster, your SMS Lord, or ChatWise WordPress plugin, or our own scaled-back version of the SMS Monster. There's also an area here where you can register new SMS phone numbers and keywords within the system that is used for pairing with your mass sending software that you're using. And then here's a quick look at the 10 most recent members, 10 most recent payments, and 10 most recent subscribers into the system. I guess what I'll go to is the site settings first. And setting this up is pretty easy. Like I said, with the auto installer, most of this information here is already going to be covered. Getting your PayPal token, which brings me to a great suggestion that Dave had. We're working on a module right now because a lot of people don't use PayPal or maybe not too friendly with PayPal. It's an auto invoicing system that we're creating where you'll be able to push invoices to the businesses.
Yeah, and that's in my opinion, that's a critical update. You know, I've said a lot of businesses are going to want to get an invoice on a net 15 and pay by a check the way they normally would with any other vendor. So it's cool that we're going to put that in here because that's going to open avenues for you that you wouldn't have if you were limited to PayPal.
Absolutely. And then you set your SMS prospect or your SMS management system location, which is by default our system, but that can be your system wherever it's at. And you set your SMS default phone number. And then the webinar settings, we'll get into that when we get to that point. And this is where you can update your logo in the system. And I'll just go ahead and show you what that looks like. You just browse your computer, and you find it, and you click on upload, replace it, name it the same, and bang, you just changed the logo. So I'll jump back over here. There's an immense databasing system that we have for payments and for members and for subscribers. You can export all these results for your tax purposes or whatever you got to do. There's a members database with all your members. And to see their subscribers, just click on their subscribers, gives you a list, what payments they've made. Everything is accessible from one system right here. But I'm not going to get too much into exporting and all that and searching. You can filter this down to the minute detail within the record. Next, I'm going to go into the content manager. I'm going to move on here real fast because we might be running a little later than we thought we were. In the content manager, a lot of you are familiar with what you see is what you get editors. Let's say if you wanted to edit the Need More Customers page, you just jump on over here, click on the little pencil, and here you can do your meta tags for the page, the link colors, the title of the page, how it appears on a link, and here's your what you see is what you get editor. Bingo bango. It doesn't get any easier than that. For those of you that are kind of HTML dumb, I'd like to say, we do show you how to use this with a video inside our back office at SPS.
I hope that wasn't directed at certain former 64 Impala owners.
How about HTML challenged?
All right, all right.
All right, so let me have this Learn button here. What this does takes you back to the SPS website, and we also have our community pages. This gives you the 10 most recent forum discussions, and that just takes you back to the forum where you can discuss SPS and any other product that we have. I'm going to jump back over to the dashboard here. Also on the front page here, we have a QR code generator, and you can set that for SMS. A lot of you know how QR codes work, I presume. And then if you have any of our other products, there's links to those here. And then there's a big link here for your management system. Just hit BAM, and BAM, it goes right to your SMS monster if you have it. Next, I'll get into creating the payment buttons. Now, these are all the buttons that I have in the system. A good example here, let me come down to our free trial, which is here, yes. And you can edit all the details, the product name, description, the type of plan, monthly, yearly, one-time charge, the cost, recommended list size, sends allowed per month, plan visibility, whether you want to show on the website or you want to remove it, just click on not active. You want to customize this particular button for the member and have it populate inside their back office. All you do is custom for member yes, assign the member, and you just pick the member. The order and list of, remember those three sections I showed you? It was the monthly plans, the add-ons, and then the others. This is the order of appearance you can place those buttons in. And then this is where you place it. Is it a free trial? And then the PayPal button URL. You have your HTML email to client after purchase, email to self after purchase, and believe me, a lot of us need this. And then content after payment on receipt page. You can set that right there. Any questions so far? Because if we're not done.
Yeah, let's keep.
Hey, Ed, you want to show them
Go ahead.
You want to show them the onboard SMS gateway that comes with the system, Ed?
Well, I'm going to show that in line with the register new SMS phone number, and I'll do that right now. Now, anytime, let's say a member or a business purchases a phone number from you, you just take that number from Twilio, you put it in here, and then you select the member that you're going to have it dedicated to, check that off, and then hit register the member. And then you're going to set up the keyword that he selected here. After you've done the number, you're going to assign it to that member, and then his phone number, and bam, it's now paired in the system with your SMS Monster, SMS Lord, or Chad Wyatt's plugin. What I'm going to do now we see we just added the SMS keyword, get SPS, to this member's account, and that is tied to this phone number. Now I'm going to jump over into at least our version of the SMS Monster, which is scaled back version. And come down here, click on SMS Manager. I'm going to log in. Now, those of you familiar with the SMS Monster, this is going to appear a little different, and you're going to see why it's scaled back. But at least on the client side, where you're going to log in, there's going to be a lot of buttons missing compared to what the admin. So I'm logging into the actual admin right here. Oh, 1 second here. Chris changed the password on me, didn't you? All right, now in this system here, let me go to an actual account here. Let's go to Dennis Murphy's account. This is what it's going to look like. You're going to have your list of subscribers. You can filter those subscribers. You can filter them by group. You can download the numbers, and you can upload a CSV if you have a file to import. The restaurant tools we're going to be removing because obviously you cannot take reservations for the restaurant that you're working with. So we're going to be removing this here in the next update. But the system gives you SMS report of all SMSs incoming and outgoing. I don't know how far back we can go here. Let's see if there's any SMSs in here so you can see how it works. It's going to take a second to load. I got a better idea. Let's just go into my account and do that. There you go. And it'll give you a list where you can look back 14 days, 30 days. You can even select a range in case you want to make a report. But that's just for the interim, because what we're doing now with SPS, the website you're going to be installing, is you're going to be able to send campaigns from within the back office. You'll be able to create campaigns and send them, and now the businesses can log into their back office and can see the stats on that SMS send. Because right now, if you're using the SMS Monster or the SMS Lord, there's really no way to prove that you sent out a text message except for the business actually receiving the text message. So this system is going to show who that text went out to, who unsubscribed from that send, and any other pertinent data related to the campaign. Obviously, it's a big, big change compared to what you're already used to. Now, you can do your settings. Pretty simple system. You set up your subscription SMS, your append text, which is stop, text stop to stop, unsubscription SMS, thanks for being a member, resubscribe SMS, you're already a member, what are you doing? Typo SMS, you can say, huh? And then you can also add MP3 messages. So if somebody calls your SMS phone number, you can have a message come up, and it says, thank you for joining our VIP list, da, 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 and any information you want to convey. You could add phone numbers from Twilio. You can actually purchase them from within the system, or you can just import them and add the number here. Now, creating a campaign is pretty easy, and I'm going to actually do this live. You can do contests and polls, and we're just going to create a campaign. And we show you how to utilize all the features in our videos.
And you guys grab your cell phones here, because there's going to be some prizes here in just a few minutes, I think. So grab your cell phones.
No, I should probably say you're entered here, right?
Yeah, I was just going to say, that's probably not going to work right there, exactly. Yeah, just to cover a couple of questions that I see in the question box here while you're punching that in. The Blue Visions, that's just their branding. So this is completely white labeled for your company. You can swap out all those graphics in the header, so
okay, what you're going to want to do, you want to text get SPS to 1-614-472-8377, and we're going to be giving away an SPS membership and system.
Which is pretty cool. I'm putting this in the chat box right now for you guys. 472-8377. So that's in the chat box right there, you guys. So, look, there's where Chris punched into the chat box. Dave, unmute me, damn it. Sorry, you should have sent me a text, man. I'd have gotten that. I wasn't looking at the chat box.
All right, now here's another cool...
Keep going.
Go
Keep going.
Right.
Keep going.
I want to get into the schedule here because this is a pretty important part of this free trial business, because it is a free trial, but you don't want to spend a lot of your time and resources into it. So what the schedule is going to allow you to do, and let's say, for example, someone signed up on Friday the 3rd in February. Part of maximize your success on a free trial is you don't run your campaigns to the last 2 weeks of your free trial, because you want to give the first couple weeks a chance for that list to build. So you'll be able to come in here after you've spoke with the business, and you can customize the campaign that's going to go out. Let's say it's a bar and they have a deal every Friday after 5 o'clock. You can do one on the 18th and on the 25th, or maybe on the 25th and then March the 3rd. This way, it's all automated. You never have to come back and manage this. It's going to be taken care of for you. Now, once that business becomes a full-fledged paying member in your system, that's a different story. You can now come back in here, and he's allowed, let's say you allow him 1 cent per week. You come in here, and you can set his cent every week. They might have the same deal that happens every Friday. And you can charge him for any changes. So let's say you had all these set up, and then on the 4th week he wants to change his campaign. Well, you're at liberties where you can charge for that because you're doing extra work. But a part of working with businesses, you kind of want to bend over backwards for them. You can do handstands if you can, and kind of maybe do these things for free, because it's not really too much of your time to actually do this. If you had to set up a full year's worth of campaigns, it would probably take about a good hour. And how much are you going to make if you charge $200 a month or $300 a month? It's well worth the time and effort. Let's see if there's anything else. Go back to my list, and we can start to see anybody texting in yet. All right, Steve, they're texting SPS. It was supposed to be get SPS, but that's all right.
That'll still work, right?
That's the group. That's the group. I thought they texted SPS. That's the group name.
Oh, yeah, right.
All right. Is there anything else that I might be missing here that you can tell?
Oh, I'm sure that there is. I'm sure that there is. But there's things that we, we need to keep. Right. There's things we need to talk about. People are getting anxious and restless and all that, and we need to cut to the chase. And I know Chris has got a bunch of good stuff that he needs to share with us too. I did get a couple of questions in the question box that said, I did not get a confirmation. Are we supposed to get a confirmation? So do we set something up wrong maybe?
So let's take a look. Right here, you're entered. Thanks. You should have got.
Oh, yeah. Most people are saying they had a confirmation. So if you didn't get one, just give it a second. And maybe, text in again because it won't let you enter twice anywho. So, Chris, are you ready? Ed, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off, Ed. Do you have any?
Yeah, I just wanted to go into one last thing.
Yep.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, Ed. If you ever need to do an emergency send or a one-time send, you just come in here. You can add an SMS, which you want to send. You can even upload an MP3 if it's a message you want to send. Let's say it's a voiceover from the actual business owner. You can plug that into here, and you can send the entire list, that MP3. You can send them a robo voice or whatever you typed in here, or just send the general SMS message. And that's it.
Right on. So if you guys don't have an SMS tool and you've heard about the SMS Monster, whatever the case may be, this is all you need. This is all you need to do what you need to do. Now, if you already own some other SMS tools that you're happy with, this probably integrates with them. So it's kind of a best of both worlds situation. It's got the front end. They do provide you a back end. They do provide you a way to hook this front end to the existing back end, which is pretty cool. Pretty cool. Nobody else has got features like these. Nobody. You guys just crushed it with this one. And I know Chris is going to jump on here. Chris, you probably need the screen, don't you?
Yeah, I need it.
Yeah, let me get it over to you. Now Chris is going to talk about the business part of it, the business model behind it here, which is equally impressive, guys. So really pay attention to this part of it. Take notes.
Yeah, as you guys can see, this really is a kick-ass system. And we could have stopped right there. We could have stopped right there and just shipped the system like it is, but we didn't. Based on, and Dave shared with you how powerful, how some of these large SMS companies are using free trials. Free trials, giving away something for free for what? In exchange for paid business later on. But how many of us are doing that? Simple works. The problem with simple, here's what I've found in dealing with my students and myself in the past, is we try to overcomplicate simple. That's the problem. You've got to just keep it simple and stay with what works, not overthink it. And we've done that here. We're using that same model of giving away a free trial. That is, our business model is based on that solely. So this is the dashboard. This is where you arrive, and there's a whole other side of this is the business in the box side, and you get this unbelievable system to do all your SMS stuff, your tracking, your management, and even sending. But then you get a business in a box over here that this is the dashboard. We have two important components, prospecting tools and in the actual business model, and there's some other links here. And there's also welcome video, a lot of other training videos, and just different videos for closing clients, proper mindset, combining SPS with LBS or APS, just things to help make your job easier so that you understand what you have. But at the same time, we've kept it simple. Kept it simple. Once you get in, you will see that. And on this side, you'll see some updates to the core system that Ed will. This is all dynamic, so whenever changes are made, there will appear here. This is your central dashboard. So let's pop over here to prospecting tools. And this is the prospecting toolbox. And this is where you'll be downloading your system, and there's videos that show you how to do that, auto installer. And there's also a video that shows you how to use the offline, the prospecting tools. Now we have two versions. We have an offline and an offline version. So for those that want to work this online, they can do so. Those that want to do it offline, well, we got you covered as well. And I'm going to show you a few of those because I know we're kind of short for time, and I will go over and show you some examples of those. But there's a simple sales letter and a flyer. Kept it very, very simple, based on a lot of the concepts I've used in the past. Tried to keep it very simple, and I'm going to show you that. It all focuses on the 30-day trial, giving something away for free in order to earn future paid business. Okay? And then a voucher, just another form of a call to action. It shows them that they're going to get, gives them something tangible. They're going to get a 30-day free trial. There's a simple business card template that's included. Some sample agreements that you can modify. We're not attorneys, so you need to have your attorney look at all these agreements in your particular state. There's also a generic outsourcing audio that I created that you can just hand over. Because this model is so simple, it's not rocket science here. Pretty much anybody that has a brain that has any amount of ambition can work this business on your behalf. And this audio covers all of that. It teaches them how to go out and give out your sales packages, your sales, what we call a sales package, which includes sales letter, voucher, business card template. And you just hand this over to an outsource team, and it puts it in their language. It's not a marketer's language. It's a generic, try to be as bare bones as possible. And so that's ready to go for you. And then, of course, the online version, which is very similar to the offline, but it's set up in so that you can utilize through emails. There's an email template. There's even a sales video. There's some additional client education videos that you can utilize on your own website and provide to clients, put up on YouTube, or just for your own general knowledge if you want to learn more about the world of SMS. Well, there's a ton of information there, 134 megs worth, that you can go through, and there's some additional mobile-related tools that we have for you. And let's see, let's go over to the business model. And this is it right here. We show you the offline model right there, and we show you the online. How that works. All while keeping everything very simple. And there's some additional videos, and one of the, I think even a complete webinar that Ed and I did ourselves that go through the whole system. We did this as a live webinar, but it was just the two of us, and combining the three products together, which we'll get into later because Dave's going to talk about that a little bit later. Additional business models that and use the elements of the toolboxes to give you an idea. It's very simple. You can go through this in a day or two and understand it, all of it. Okay? So just to give you an idea, here's the voucher. Very simple voucher, and everything is kind of the same look and feel. Now feel free to create your own based on these same principles. Let me go ahead and open up. That's the voucher. Here's the business card. Okay, so it says all has the same look and feel. This is already in a format for Vistaprint, or even some of the other printing companies. You just upload this a high resolution image, upload it to using their onboard text editor, and you would add your information right in here and then have them print it. Simple as that. Okay, and let's see here. Here's something else I want to show you too. Here's the creative, because we have an onboard creative. Thing is really opening slow. Okay, here's a sample creative. What's cool about the, maybe Ed could touch on that, is it populates these fields for you already automatically. So there is a whole section where you can create, do your own creatives. And email teaser, if you're doing online, you're sending out emails, that's already done for you. Okay, let's see here, a mini sales letter. This is where it really shines, since we're not trying to show them how to get more leads, uncover hidden assets that they have in their business. That's done for you. And let's see, there's another flyer here. Okay, here's another flyer. All the same look and feel. And these are ready to go. Just plug in. You can open these up in Word and add your information at the bottom and print them off, and they're ready to go. It's that simple. So those are included in the sales package, and we purposely try to keep it very simple so that you can focus on getting free trials in the hands of business owners, getting the sales package, which is going to convert to free trials, and ultimately what? Build our pipeline up so that we can really let SPS shine and start to go to work for us. So we purposely try to keep this very simple, not a lot of variations of the voucher, variations of the sales letter, very simple. And that's how we want you to start, not overcomplicate it. We want you to keep it simple, and keep it simple, stupid, right? And just keeping it simple opens us up to anyone, pretty much any skill level can operate this business based on proven free trial principles that we showed you in the beginning. Companies that are already doing this right now. And if they wouldn't be doing it if they wouldn't have the success with it. So, and here's the advertising creator. Here it is right here. That in time we'll be adding more creators to this, and Ed can talk a little bit more about that. But you can download pre-made.
That feature is also in the business's back office. Once they click on download tabletop or download pinup, it's already customized with their keyword and their number. They just print it up and they go to town.
Yeah, it's already ready, printed up. It already populates the field, as I mentioned before. So right. This is a complete business here. You're looking at everything you need, whether or not you have an SMS gateway, SMS Monster, or Chat's plugin, or SMS Lord, or anything else. Even if you don't, you can utilize ours. Everything you need is all in one system. And we're going to give you more advanced. Go ahead, Dave.
Yeah, there's been a lot of questions that have come through the question box that I've just been putting aside about international customers. Will it work here? Will it work with various short code systems? All those kinds of things. It's fairly safe to say that as long as that provider has an API, it's probably something that can be talked about, right, Ed?
Yes. Usually what happens is if you have a provider that has an API where the post of the SMS data is going through, I can plug in a little script which will scrape that data and post it into the system. So if you're international, there is a provider in UK that does have the feature where it'll be, post in the SPS system. There are other providers that are out there, but if you don't, I will gladly take a look at the API, and I will gladly write you a little script that'll make it work.
Yeah, so if you're on a short code system already, guys, that you want to integrate, if it's doable, we'll do it, is what it comes down to. If that short code provider won't allow it to happen, doesn't provide an API, doesn't provide access, well, then there's really nothing we can do to help you.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we're all about growing this thing. I mean, from our last product, you know how quick we move on updates, although we can't guarantee we're going to provide updates, within 24 hours like we did on LBS. Some of the updates were rapid. We do our best because we want to improve this system. And so obviously the feedback we get from you, as long as it's with reason, this is not push button, changes are made type of a thing. It takes a lot of, once you change one thing, you have to change everything that surrounds that. So, but changes that make sense, updates that make sense, that are going to benefit everybody and allow us to continue to build this system into a much bigger thing, we're all for it. So we have no problems with that.
Chris, correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't Twilio recently, in the middle of January, add the UK?
Yeah, I think Australia is about ready.
Yeah, they did. The UK's switched on, and Australia is supposed to be like 10 days away, according to the people I'm talking to at Twilio.
Yeah.
So I know with the SMS Monster, apparently in the UK, like some countries have a 2-digit prefix, and some only have a 1-digit prefix. So like there's a lot of plus 44s and then like a lot of plus 3s. So it's that formatting that's kind of the holdup right now, but it's going to be overcome very, very quickly.
Okay. Yeah, so let's, before we get into questions, why don't we pop over and show them what they're going to get with this system? Dave?
Yeah. Well, yeah, for sure. Because we've got a lot of rambunctious folks over here in the question box. There's probably about 50 I'm ins, cut to the chase. What's the buy links sitting here? So we need to keep the natives from getting too much more restless, I guess.
Yeah, I understand. This system does deserve explanation. Of course, when you get in, you're going to have a lot of aha moments. Trust me, I still have them when I go in. It's just, when you get in there, you'll see. When you get in, you're going to realize that the power of the simplicity of this whole thing. So what you're getting, man, I mean, shoot, we showed you get this. You can use our gateway, our SMS gateway. If you don't have one now, no problem. Plug right into it. If you do, you can use the popular format or popular gateways that are out there. Not a problem. Complete front-end website, look like a pro, change it, customize it, built-in content manager. It's easy to do, as Ed showed you. Support information on how to do all that. Marketer back in, complete system for managing all your clients and their campaigns. The only thing this baby doesn't do is wash your clothes and do the dishes. We're working on that. Client back-end system where a client can actually go in and have their own login. And we didn't really get too much detail on that, where they can go in and create their own creatives. They can manage their own SMS subscribers, contact you for help, buy additional plans and services, and of course you're always trying to upgrade them through if you set your system up that way. They can learn how to run successful campaigns. All this can be edited by you. All that content that they see can be edited by you. Videos, tutorials that not only on the system side, but on the business model, as well as the prospecting side, and additional business models for food for thought, things to think about later on, and some spins that we put on. Prospecting toolbox, I went into that, and then the business model. Plus frequent updates, and those that have LBS know that the updates are pretty frequent. We can't guarantee that we're going to have a set time, as I mentioned, but we do our best. So just don't expect updates every week or every day or something like that. But we do try to update the system as frequent as possible. We want happy people using this and benefiting from it, and of course our support is second to none. So that goes without saying. And if a system like this existed, if it existed anywhere, you could expect to pay thousands of bucks for this. But I'm going to tell you right now, you can look to your balloon in the face, you're not going to find anything.
No, it doesn't exist.
Doesn't exist. You're certainly not going to pay thousands. In fact, you're not even going to pay hundreds for this type of a system.
Yeah, and we're running short on time. Yeah, let's talk about this real quick, because they're gonna see it.
All right. Well, this is another component here, and we didn't even show you that. It attaches to SPS, and what it does is it provides the look and feel of a live webinar atmosphere. I mean, with all the bells and whistles. And what is it promoting? It's promoting your SMS service. That's already done for you too. The video, the live feel, if you will, video that pops in and looks like a webinar is already created for you. It's already done. And it's educating them. It's about 15 minutes long, about 14 to 15 minutes long. And it centers around getting them more customers, not so much on the technology of SMS, but more on, hey, getting people through your doors. That's what it focuses on. That is already done and plugged in, and the system, you can customize it and make it your own. This is for lead generation. Auto collects leads from the clients. It has a real-time Q&A system built into it, built-in call to actions. You can brand it to your company. It runs on autopilot, and ultimately what is it doing? It's another tool to get people to go through your free trial, as well as, this is important, adds credibility. Adds credibility to you as the business person, And as I mentioned, you get the video that goes with it, that comes with it.
Yeah,
so,
and I've seen this thing, guys. It's pretty amazing. Like, you got to keep in mind here that as marketers, we all know what a webinar is for. We all understand it, right? But just a few years ago, just 2 years ago, right, when I was running an engineering team, I had a bunch of junior engineers. We would get webinar notices from, like, our VAR, our verified authorized reseller for our software platforms, and they would send us a webinar, right? And I would take 7 guys and put them in the conference room on the clock for an hour to watch a webinar. And that's the way most businesses are going to look at this, you know. So when you have the ability to send your customer to a webinar, what they think is a live webinar, and this is so slick because, I mean, the question box rotates around and all that. We ran short on time, so we're not going to get deep into it tonight. But you're going to have an opportunity to pick this thing up, and it's just super slick. Ed, do you have it up on your screen so we could at least just show them the front end screen before we get into the end of this thing?
Sure, hand it up.
All right, you guys got to see this. And I know we're running late, but you really need to see this. It's so slick.
All right, so somebody clicks on this button. They see there's a live webinar going on. Oh, what do you know? A live webinar. All right, so we click on the button here. And I got a little bit of lag, so bear with me. So you can customize a presenter up, but Christopher, he made a great presentation. It's about 25 minutes, I think. And you can customize it if you're a male. You can customize it with your own voice, or you can just make up a name, because he doesn't actually say his name inside.
15 minutes.
15 minutes. You can customize the details, and then the date it's happening. Hey, it's right now. Hey, I better get in this webinar. So you put your name in, your email, your phone number. So now, what is this now? This is a lead. Essentially a lead form. And they can also text in webinar to this number if you set it up in your SPS system, where they can actually watch it on the Droid. So I'm going to reserve my seat. Give it a second here, because I got a lot of windows opening and it's really laggy right now. Apologize.
That is not my fault.
Okay, it says our broadcast has been, our seat has been saved. Please check your email. So we're going to go to our email box. And where do we go? Probably in the junk email. So here's our webinar details. Tells us to go to this website, put in this PIN, 9549. And of course, the buggy Microsoft won't let me click because it thinks it's a phishing website. Let her load up here.
Yeah, and your screen is froze again.
That's just for you.
No, it's not. It's not. There's a bunch of them in the question box. The screen's frozen again.
Okay, can you guys see where I'm putting in the PIN?
Nope. 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 Oh, it just popped up. Now we can.
So let me share that email again in case you guys didn't see it. The email they get.
Yeah, I can see it.
The email they get. They put in 9549. They enter the live webinar. And this is really laggy. I don't know why this is doing this.
I think it's the internet tonight, because we're getting a lot of feedback, and it's been slow on my end too.
All right, so you see here on the left-hand side, there's a bunch of fake people in the webinar. My name's at the bottom. There's a presenter name. They can send in a question. Chris, as he speaks, like I said, he doesn't mention his name, but at the end he points to this button here, which is customizable by you as well. It's a call to action, and it actually looks like you're inside the webinar. It looks like it's buffering. So it gives that look and feel. But if something happens where, let's say I try to refresh the screen, give 1 second here.
And this is the coolest feature of this thing here. Not the coolest, but it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I think the internet's pretty dang slow tonight. I know, so we lost Chris's voice a couple times when he was speaking, too.
Yeah, I know it. Chris, you got pretty garbled there a couple of times, but...
Oops, live webinars filled or unavailable. Please check your email for recorded webinar link. So they go to their email, and then they're sent to a webinar, so they think it's pre-recorded or on a tape delay. It's pretty cool.
That's pretty slick. That's pretty slick, man. Yeah, we'll keep it moving. I just wanted to make sure everybody saw that. Chris, I'm going to hand you the screen back over here. That's just the last, I mean, it's every tool you guys need, all right? So Chris has got this screen up, and we're calling this the Are You Kidding Me bonus from Dave, right? Listen, I don't want to brag, okay, but I'm an SMS hot rod. That's how I earn my stable offline living. I'm very good at it. I know how to do it. These tools are going to open up new avenues for me. So this is what I've decided to do. So everybody that buys this thing tonight is going to get a 4-webinar series with me. We're going to, for the next 4 weeks, we're going to go through, I'm going to show you step by step how I implement this into my existing SMS business and then take it prospecting. And if you guys follow along with me, by the time we get to that 4th webinar, you will have clients. That's just all there is to it. You got to follow along. You got to do the work. There is no easy button. That's not what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to tell you is that with this, your toolbox is full. You have every tool you need to succeed. Now it's just about somebody to take you by the hand, kick you in the ass, somebody to brainstorm with, somebody to get out there and do it so you know it's working. And that's exactly what I'm going to do on this webinar series if you guys pick this up. Now, in an email or two, I hinted around to this. And this is something that I have never done before. One person who buys the system tonight before I wake up in the morning, because I'm going to run the report when I wake up and I'm going to pick a winner at random. I'm coming to wherever you are on my dime, and I'm going to spend a day, day and a half with you, and we're going to do whatever you need me to do. If that's go close some clients, go ahead, set the appointments up. Let's go close some clients. If that's get on your computer and set up your SMS service, then that's what it is. If it's brainstorm, it's brainstorm. If it's do graphics, if you want to go surfing or you want to work on your 64 Impala, we can do that too. But I'm coming to give you whatever help I can. One person that buys this thing tonight, I'm paying for the travel, I'm paying for the hotel, and I'm coming to see you, and we're going to make you successful. I'm going to pick that winner at random tomorrow morning when I wake up, and I will email everybody and let you know who it was. But that offer's only good for tonight. It's not good on the replays or any place else. That's what I'm going to do because I believe in this system. And I'm going to build somebody's business. You will be in good shape by the time I leave your place. So I think that's a pretty damn good deal, don't you guys? I mean, who does that? I'm not kidding around. Questions coming in the question box. I'm not kidding around. I'm picking one person. I am coming to your place, and we are going to put you in business. End of discussion. End of discussion. And the rest of you will get to follow along on this webinar series where I go show you exactly how I'm going to roll this into my business and go make a killing with SMS. I fully expect to be able over the course of the next 4 weeks to add another 25 or 30% to my client base using this tool. And I'm going to show you exactly how I do it, and you can follow along step by step and watch me do it.
Incredible bonus, Dave. I mean, that's whew.
I finally feel, you know, I mean, I love all of the products out there. You know, I love the LBS system. I'm going to start using it. I'm rolling it in and integrating it with my other stuff. But I feel eminently qualified to talk about SMS service. And that's why I feel comfortable offering this bonus, because I am so convinced that I can put that one person on the map and all of the people that buy tonight that follow along on this webinar service on the map, that I'm willing to publicly say that. And
just having those webinars, man, those additional webinars.
Yeah, and I didn't talk to you guys about this yet, but I've kind of got it mapped out in my head. You know, one of the things I want to do is get the two of you guys over there so we can talk about some various integration models and show everybody how this thing is cross-platform and how it can be integrated into virtually anything you're doing if done correctly. You know, so well, I don't even have to say I hope. I know you guys will come on over and participate in that with me too, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
This is it, guys. This is the tool of all tools, okay? So this is how we're playing this tonight, because there's been a lot of questions. Where's the buy link? How much?
We have one to give away, too. We have one to give away.
And we have one to give away. We'll do that right after this at the start. Let's get you guys going. Here's what we're going to do. I suppose we ought to give it away first, huh?
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Yeah, otherwise
hand it off to me and I'll pick the winner.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Yeah, I hope the winner of my bonus offer gift, very frankly, I hope it's not Ed's neighbor, because I've had enough cold.
Yeah, I hope it's not Ed's neighbor, because I've had enough cold. You hope they live on the beach.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, drum roll.
So you can hit the beach.
The winning number is 704-264-9068. Hey, right. You guys, when you get into the system, you guys can do this too.
Yeah, you'll be able to run these same types of contests. So 704-264-9068. Who is it? 704-264-9068.
They're just getting a free system.
Nobody's jumping up here and saying who it is.
Do you know?
What is 704 area code?
That's Florida.
It's North Carolina.
Well, they just got an SMS.
There we go.
Another one? We got them?
Oh, no. I just said, you know, there we go. They'll email you, right? You sent it out via text, and there's our winner.
Awesome.
So, but they're gone, folks, so they're not eligible for the rest of the bonuses. So let me give this back to Mr. Griffin here. So here's the deal. I talked to these guys before the webinar. Somebody needs to... Ed, can you mute yourself? We got a nasty echo on my end. That fixed it. I talked to these guys, and again, because I'm going to be so heavily involved, I wanted to take as many people with me as possible on this incredible journey that I'm about to make with this. Okay? This is what we decided to do. You guys are going to get into this thing for just an unbelievable price, but I couldn't talk them into just leaving it there for the entire night, because it wouldn't be fair to them. So we're going to give you a URL here in just a minute, and it's on a dime sale, as they say. It's going to go up $10 every 10 sales until it hits the cap. But the faster you get over there when we give you this URL, and the faster you click the buy button, the more money you're going to save. Just out of curiosity, what do you guys think something like this should go for? And no games, no screwing around here. What do you think it should go for? What do you think it should go for? You know, yeah, we could do the whole play the games, $1,000 down to $897. Okay, the lowest single number that's come in this question box, the lowest number is $197. Everybody else is at $997, $497. You know, that's a really weird number, $177. Yeah, so what we've decided to do, we're going to give you this URL. We're going to start it out at $137. Okay, $137. So get ready, because here it comes. This is the URL, daveigo.com/SPS. Okay, daveigo.com/SPS. $137 goes up $10 $10 every 10 sales.
Sligo.com/SPS. $137 goes up $10 every 10 sales.
To a cap.
And keep in mind, this is a one-off price, and you own the system. No monthlies.
Right. Right. And every time you guys, we promoted this now and LBS for these guys, this is going to public market so much more expensive than you're getting a chance to pay for it, you know, and there's probably going to be a monthly fee. You guys are literally the first people to have access to this platform. And these guys have put together an unbelievable package just for you. So I think that's I think that's a pretty good deal. I think it's more than generous. And I'm not going to lie to you. I beat up on them pretty good to get them to agree to this price. Boy, we're getting a lot of server errors. There appears to be a lot of traffic over there. All I can tell you is go right back to daveigo.com/SPS and hit it again, because it is working, guys. It is working. I've tested it. Several people are saying they got in. There's just a server overload. Keep trying, because it's automatic, you know, so the first people that get there are going to get the lowest price. So just keep trying that button if it's not working for you. I don't know what to tell you. I'm on a good HostGator server. We tested it out. I know it's working. Several people are saying I've already got it. Mark Lucas, will someone please answer my questions, all caps, with exclamation points. We wanted to get to this point. Now we're going to take everybody's questions. Everybody will get their question answered here, okay? But we wanted to make sure to get the important stuff out of the way so people could make their next move. Now we're going to do questions. So let's punch some questions into the question box. Actually, I should give you guys an opportunity to talk, shouldn't I? I'm kind of monopolizing the conversation. Chris, do you have anything you'd like to say? I'm sorry. Uh-oh, now there's no sound.
Did you say Chris?
Hello, guys, are you there?
Hello, guys, are you there?
We got a bad... Can you guys hear me?
Can now.
Can now.
Yeah, I can hear you
I
now.
don't know what's going on with the internet tonight. Okay, we'll go ahead and just let me just go ahead and entertain some questions.
Yeah, I'll give it my best shot here. I don't know whose internet's acting up, if it's mine, yours, or what, but this is pretty pathetic. Let's see here. Let me get back to the top of the question box. Can we change the color scheme of the front-end website? Yes, of course you can, sir. Is this U.S. North American only thing, Dave? I think we kind of talked about that. So, like, if you're using an SMS gateway and an SMS service of some sort overseas now, and they have an API, then it's probably not a problem to integrate this with that. Am I correct in saying that, Ed?
That's correct. There would be no issues as long as their API has some indication of a post of a text message going into the API. Then I can scrape that data and have it post into this system here, or excuse me, the Blue Visions template system.
Gotcha. So like the big service providers that cover a lot of different countries, like Cardboard Fish, that has a very robust API, it's probably not an issue. You know? But we can't make any promises, obviously, until Ed's taken a look at it, you know. But if it's doable, it's probably going to get done, is the bottom line.
Even if you have a system like Chad Wyatt's, which uses Twilio, that has a built-in data posting, so it's automatically built into his system. And I think we're going to work on Ken on having it implemented into the SMS Monster, so you won't have to do any code work. It'll be right there for you to use.
Yeah, exactly. And there's a lot of things up in the air for you guys that own the SMS Monster right now. I can tell you, because I'm intimate with the situation, there's some very, very good things coming for you, and you're going to be extremely happy that you picked this up to go with it when those announcements are made. So, without going into too many details, that's what I can tell you. Let's see. Covered that one. Boy, there's a lot of questions here, guys. Let's see. Yeah, anybody there's a couple of people that said, "Yep, got as far as PayPal, and then something timed out. Sent a receipt to support." If somebody gets caught in some type of server garbage or something, I mean, don't worry about it. You're going to get taken care of. Just hit me up at support or hit one of these guys up and forward me your PayPal receipt, and don't worry. We'll get you taken care of. That's not an issue.
Yeah, there's definitely something going on the internet, I think, as a whole, because you're having problems, Chris is having problems, I'm having problems. There's definitely something going on.
Yeah, indeed. But nobody's going to get forgotten about here. If there was an error during the purchase, just shoot me a support ticket, and I'm going to jump on here as soon as we get off the call. I'll make sure that everybody gets taken care of.
Hey, I also want to add that the winner of the product was Stephen West.
Was it?
Stephen West from Motigo Media.
All right. Very good. Well, let's see. I hit the button 2 seconds after you posted the URL. Now I can't get in. Yeah, Dan, don't worry about it. Send me a support email. We'll take care of it. I'm not sure. It's like I said, I tested the funnel completely, and I know for a fact it's working. So I can't explain the isolated incident. I appreciate you guys. Your products are great. Your attitudes are great. Thank you very much. You're very welcome. Very welcome. And Dave, I never worry about you. Thank you. You're very welcome as well. Let's see. What does this one say? Made my purchase. I will get in touch with my API information to make sure it can be integrated. I am very excited. Lots of exclamation points. Let's see. Here's a book. Hi, folks. I joined because I fell asleep, so I don't really know what this is about. But if it's coming from Christopher, Ed, and Dave, then I'm sure it's a winner, and I'm in. Well, we would like to thank you for that statement and apologize for putting you to sleep. I guess. There will be a webinar replay, and of course, you can get caught up, Susan. No problem. Yeah, like every other question here is something about an error during purchase, and then it alternates with somebody telling me that it's working just fine, guys. If you made it as far as PayPal and something went wrong, then just shoot me a support. And if you couldn't get in or whatever the case, shoot me a support. Anyways, it'll be taken care of. Let's see here. It took a long time, but I finally refreshed till it worked okay. Hey, Dave, looking forward to seeing you in Salt Lake City. Let's see. You didn't put me to sleep. It's just 3:30 a.m. there, Susan says. Okay, Aaron says, so when's the APS special webinar and or mobile web expert webinar? Laugh out loud.
We got another product. It's coming.
It's coming. There you go, guys.
Can you guys hear me okay?
Guys.
I think we got a major problem with GoTo tonight. Might be what it is. Yeah, those are separate products. So we can get into all that later. This product deserves your attention, but that's a whole nother ball game, as you say.
Yeah, correct. So the auto webinar does not come with the initial purchase. No, it doesn't. Very frankly, it can't, because these guys have already demo saled this to a couple people on their own internal list and made some promises. And that auto webinar series, all by itself as a standalone product, is worth well in excess of $300. I mean, what's his name? Is it Phil Sames' system that does the auto webinar? I mean, that's a $3,000 program, guys, and this does all of that. So it can't just be given away. It can't. So I hope you all understand that it's really at a to-the-bone, rock-bottom price, and that was how we figured out a way to offer it to you.
keep in mind, it's the webinar video is already done for you. You don't have to worry about sourcing a video, having a video created, or make your own. It's already done. It already has that live feel to it. Spent a lot of time to try to get even with some questions at the end. Even ask myself questions and answer them as if somebody was asking me.
Right, yeah, and it's just good stuff. I mean, it's an extremely powerful tool, you guys. And if you need it, and you know that you do. And if you don't, then you don't, and that's why we wanted to make it separate, because we didn't want to have to raise the price of the main SPS system by that much, which would preclude a lot of people from getting just that portion if they wanted just that portion. So we intentionally made it two separate products like that.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Well, it's not. Yeah, I mean, it's not. You don't need.
No.
You don't need it to use SPS. Oh, it just amplifies it. You do not need it to run the business.
Right. So Paul says, will it work with Brian Anderson and Mario Brown's platform? It's an Avid mobile reseller account with short codes. Ed?
I took a look at the API, and to be honest with you, I could not find within that code anything pertaining to an SMS post going into the API. What I could discern from actually looking at the code, it seemed like it was more of a back office than it was actually handling of the SMS. So you might want to contact Avid Mobile and kind of find out how their process is of when a post comes in, SMS comes in, how it's disseminated to your API.
Got it. So it takes a little digging into is the bottom line.
Exactly.
Okay.
You might have to ask some of the hard questions,
All right. And Dan is pointing out here that somehow in the melee there over at the payment button, he's paid twice. Don't worry about it, Dan. Send it to support. I promise you, it's not going to be a problem. And let's see. Yep, Dan, I got you. That's what we just covered. Let's see. The webinar bonus, yeah, that might have confused some people. There's two things with the word webinar in them here. There's an OTO, guys, after you buy, and that's the automated webinar service that we just showed you. I'm also doing a bonus webinar series. Two separate things. Now, everybody who bought the front-end product is going to get that bonus webinar series with me, where we're going to go out and utilize this system, and you'll be able to follow along. I'm showing you exactly what I do with it and how it works. Then there's the automated recording webinar that we went through, and they're two completely separate things. Okay. Are you going to have a replay? Yeah, there will be a replay available. Will this work with Phil Same's EBS product? I don't know that we're going to know the answer to that. A couple of people said they didn't. Boy, I don't know. It's got to be internet-wide or just a bandwidth thing. A lot of people said they did not see the OTO. If you didn't see the OTO for the automated webinar and you want it, there's not just a link I can give you. I will have to actually tear into the payment processor and get you a link, but just shoot me a support email, and I can get you that. That's not an issue. There's quite a few of those, it looks like. The OTO transaction crashed. Wow, what a bad night for internet. Bad night to be doing webinars, I guess.
Yeah, it must be servers doing something crazy, or the internet. But keep in mind, don't get too caught up in. You may end up wanting to just use our system, our SMS system. You want to keep that side of it very, very simple.
Yeah.
You're worried about compatibility in this. You may get in and you say, hey, I like this better, and you may switch over to this and enjoy 1 cent a minute and $1 a month for a phone number, especially if you've been paying for short codes.
Yeah, I don't think it's any cheaper than that either.
No. Give it a look. Instead of worrying about, is it going to work with this, going to work with that, get inside and see what we already give you. That's already included for free. And you may want to just use that, Keep it all in-house. Keep it simple. And that's really not the most important thing, is having all the bells and whistles of an SMS gateway, because the more you have, the more confusing it gets. The focus here is building up your business and building the pipeline up by giving away these free trials, getting people in, and then, of course, then you have the ability to use our system, or then we can start worrying about adding on another system or plugging in another system to it.
Yeah, and guys, several of you said, what is the support? What is the support email? I just punched it into the chat box. You can get me at support@wreckingballmarketing.com. If there was any payment issues, support@wreckingballmarketing.com, and I will make sure that you get taken care of. Don't worry about it. It's just server overload. Ron Blaze says, Dave, hit me up, and I'll set you up with one of our dedicated rack space servers. Deal, Ron. I'll be on the phone with you tomorrow, because this is frustrating as hell. This is frustrating as hell. So, yeah, I apologize, guys, for the bandwidth issues. That was completely unforeseeable. Yeah, Dan, support@wreckingballmarketing.com. Just punched it into the chat box. Okay? And I will make sure that that gets straightened out. Don't worry about it. I really want to get this installed tonight. Any way to get in direct contact with somebody after the webinar, since everything timed out after the PayPal? Yeah, Brian. Send me a quick email to support@wreckingballmarketing.com. Support@wreckingballmarketing.com, and I will give you the thank you page link so you can get going tonight. That is not a problem. I can do that. Got it. All right, sounds good. Ryan, sounds good. John, Dan, perfect. Any other questions, guys, that we need to talk about while these guys are on the call here? Otherwise, it's turned into another LBS-a-thon. Whenever the three of us get on a webinar, it always turns into a 2-hour call. We actually went on a mission tonight to shorten the call, and epic fail. Because we're still here talking, but this is, it's all good. It's all good. Let's see, any questions? Brian says it's okay. Kern does 4-hour webinars. Well, there you go. And, yeah, here's a good question. Is there a guarantee?
$30-day guarantee.
30-day guarantee. There you go, Bruce. And let's see here. Michael, we can work that out. Hit me up on support. How do we make money on this? Percentages or charge on top of your prices? Ed, maybe you cover the packages real quick again?
Are you referring to the SMS packages that you're giving to the businesses that are going to buy?
I think what he's asking is can they set up that front-end payment model any way that they want?
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Yeah. Let's see. Don't want to download on this computer. I have a different computer I would prefer to download on. How to do that? It's not really going to matter because it's not installed on your computer. It's installed on a web server, guys. So it's not really going to matter what what computer you use to download it. Is there a preferred? Yeah. Is there a preferred host? Go ahead, Ed.
I'm sorry. For those of you that download it, and even after watching the video, it's very simple to install it. If you don't want to do it, I'm more than happy to do it for you. Just send over your cPanel instructions to me, and I'll install it for you.
Doesn't get much better than that. That's pretty good, man. Is there?
Wait, did I just say that?
Yeah.
Just be patient because where the support, especially in the first couple of days, the support's going to be very heavy. But we're on it. Don't forget, if you don't get a response right away, we try to respond as quick as we can. But just be patient.
And guys, if you've ever installed anything on your server, this is a cakewalk. I mean, it's just not a problem. It's got an auto installer. It's just no big deal. So you're not going to have any trouble with it. Is there a preferred hosting company?
I would say yes. for me, I like to use Cordero, but that's like $160 a month. But if you want to go mid-scale as far as per month charges, go with HostGator.
Yeah, just apparently make sure that you're on a separate cPanel than the one I'm using for this sales funnel tonight, because...
Yeah, I've tested the installer on Cordero, I've tested it on ProAxis, I've tested it on HostGator, no issues.
Okay, and Adriana says, if I have the Monster but want to use your SMS, should I choose? I have my own Twilio number.
Okay, here is the thing. Let's say if you've already set up your SMS Monster, that number, once you paired it to Twilio, when you set up that account, it's now permanently paired with the SMS Monster. Now, if you use our scaled-down version of the Monster, it's going to immediately pair that same number to ours, and it's going to disable your other SMS Monster unless you get another number.
Right, so when you guys, like if you're in your Twilio admin and you click on numbers, you see those URLs listed after the number, one for voice, one for SMS. If you decide you want to use this back-end system, as soon as you link to that number, what it does is it goes in and it rewrites that URL, and it'll take it away from any current installation and move it to this one. And that happens all automatically. You don't have to do it in Twilio, but that's what happens. Let's see. Where do they get a hold of you if they need support help?
Just make sure you... Well... Go ahead, Ed. I mean, the
They can
support...
go to our website, SMSProspectingSystem.com, or contact me via email, ehopkins@u as an umbrella, refi, refi.com, urefi.com.
Yeah, and then once you get in, please go through and watch the videos that we provide to help you out. Just, you need to learn some of these things that we may not be able to cover quickly enough for you. So if you go through and watch those videos, a lot of your questions will be answered. But, of course, we offer support, so we'll be available for you if you need it.
And there's a support link on the thank you page as well, is there not? Right out there in the broad daylight, guys. I think there is. I'm pretty sure I saw it today.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah. So.
And there's also one that goes back after you get on the list. You make sure you want to follow the instructions on the thank you page and then get on our updates list. That's very important too. I didn't mention that earlier, but that's how we communicate with you and let you know what's going on with the system. And once you opt into that, you'll be sent back an email that also has a link to support as well as back to the page in case you didn't set up your account yet. You just filled the form out and then you want to go back and do it later or something. Filled the form out for setting up your SPS account and getting into the system, to the dashboard and all that. That email will come back to you from, I think it's support@smsprospectingsystem.com. So you may want to look for that in your spam folder if you don't get it in your inbox. But that's how we communicate with you, so you want to make sure you get on that list. I think that's step 2.
Yeah, it is, I believe. And Michael wants to know, can we install it on more than one domain, and does it need to be installed on the root domain?
The system can be installed in root domain. It could be installed in a directory on your domain, which would also mean you can use a subdomain as well.
Excellent.
And unlimited websites, as long as they're for you.
Right, as long as you own them and you're not flipping them. All right, I think that's the majority of the questions. We'll give it another couple minutes here in case I missed one. I'm sorry, copy and paste it back in. There was a lot of data to go through here. What has to be installed? No, just the front-end website has to be installed, Anthony, not the Monster. Just the front-end website has to be installed, and it works with your existing Monster installation, or these guys provide a Monster installation for you to use if you don't own that tool, or another tool that you're happy with.
Yeah. Keep in mind, if you're just coming into this thing and you're just learning what SMS is, and you're not set up with a monster, you don't have a Chad's plugin, or you don't have any type of SMS gateway in order to send text messages, we have you covered there too, because we have an onboard gateway that you can tap right into that Ed showed you. Once you watch the replay, you'll see that. If you didn't catch it all in the beginning.
If you've already invested all the money in those other systems, I mean, I would stay with it because you already know it. Just utilize our simple integration scripts into those programs, and you'll be good to go. It takes seconds to do.
Yeah, exactly. And
yeah, keep in mind, I just want to make a point here too. It's going to take you a little bit of time just in the beginning to set it all up, but you set up once and you're done. And this thing continues to work for you. Now, I also want to stress this is very important about this business model, is the work that you do is always going to have some sort of benefit that's going to come back to you. Whether or not your free trials convert to paying customers, you have a system that is stockpiling all these SMS numbers, all these leads, if you will, and that can be shifted somewhere else to another like-minded business. If business A does not continue on for some reason, they'd be crazy not to. If you showed them these people that have opted in their particular industry, well, you can just go to another business and offer to run campaigns for them using that same list. So you're never working here, you're never not benefiting from the work that you do, getting these sales packages out and getting free trials fulfilled. That's very important to realize. And what else can you say that? What else can you do out there that almost assures you that you have a valuable asset on the backside? Not much.
Not much. And internet legend Brad Dixon on the call tonight, ladies and gentlemen, would like to know, on the webinar program, can it be used to run multiple webinars at the same time? In other words, could I run one for SMS and one for QR codes at the same time?
The one that is built into the SPS system is mainly dedicated for the SMS. But, and this is a big but, we also make a generic version of the auto webinar system.
Dun dun dun. The plot thickens.
And should we do another webinar on that one?
I think we're going to have to at this point, aren't we?
So it can be made for any product. You can set up anywhere, unlimited setups of that system.
All right, all right. So,
hey Dave, are people getting in? Are they getting in okay?
I think so. I haven't seen any reports in the recent a couple of dozen messages here. I think for the most part everybody's got it in. There was a handful of people that it timed out and didn't take them to the payment page, and there's one gentleman on the call that paid twice somehow tonight. We need to get him rectified tonight. So, wow. And I will hit you up as soon as we get off the call to get that straightened out.
That's excitement for you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so again, I can't apologize enough. I don't know if it was bandwidth thing or internet thing all the way around, but if there was any kind of issue with your sale tonight, please don't worry about it. You got nothing to worry about. We're going to be working very diligently to get everybody taken care of. Yes, I promise you all that we will get you all taken care of as absolutely as quickly as possible. And everybody will be turnkey very, very quick like. Okay, yeah, and Homero says that his PayPal timed out strange, and he just checked, and it says that the funds are unclaimed.
Yeah, I'm getting that too. I don't know. Every single payment that came in is unclaimed. I've never seen that before, ever.
I've never seen that before, ever either, but I will straighten it out, and we will take care of it, guys. That's what I can tell you. Something to do with the server setting had to have triggered the fraud. PayPal has a fraud setting that they transmit via the IPN, and when things get goofy, they just automatically flag sales with that, and we have to manually accept them. So, but it'll all get taken care of. You'll all get the email that tells you where to go, where the thank you page is. We'll all get you set up right. I promise you. It absolutely could have something to do with the 2012 solar flares or the Mayan calendar of the ending of the world. That's been suggested in the question box a couple times tonight, and that could be it. But we will get you taken care of. Again, I can be reached at support@wreckingballmarketing.com, and you know, just drop me an email if there's any issue whatsoever, and we'll get you handled. Okay. With that said, we're going to wrap it up for tonight. I appreciate you guys being here. I appreciate you guys offering my group this breakout product for such an unbelievable price. And I hope you guys all picked it up and are going to be ready to get on these webinars with me and just kick some vicious ass with SMS in 2012. Yeah, well, that'll be a whole nother issue. We'll be dealing with the recording. And I did one today for a hour and 5-minute call. It took 4 hours to get it fixed up so it would play.
Yeah,
so
I think Go-To's getting a little too big for their shoes. Maybe can't handle the expansion. So, but yeah, I'd like to thank everybody for hanging in there with us. Some of these things are unavoidable. We can't help it. Hopefully, we've given you some good content and showed you how powerful this system is. I know we don't have to tell you how hot this area of marketing is with SMS. SMS is just untapped, literally untapped what you can do for businesses. This system makes it easy for you to be an instant hero with a local business and add a lot of credibility to your whole setup here. When you show them what you have and you're able to look at and track information on the fly, manage clients on the fly, it just adds a whole new level to this, to what you're doing with SMS.
Yeah,
so thank you,
exactly. Yeah, thanks everybody for being here. We're going to wrap it up. You guys all know where to find us. I look forward to working with each and every one of you, and we will talk to you all very, very soon. Have a good night, everybody.
Thanks.